Welcome to International Securities Exchange's podcast series. Facilitated by renowned educators, ISE podcasts are intended to teach beginning as well as seasoned investors the ins and outs of trading. To find an updated list of podcasts, please visit www.ise.com/podcasts. Please be sure to listen to our important message following this episode regarding the risks of investing in exchange-traded options.
So if you wanted to do a trade, you can actually buy a put and sell the higher skew one, and even if the stock doesn't move, if the skew flattens back out, you have a possibility of making some money. So right over here, the volatility is high. Let me go down here. So let me kind of explain this chart real quick. Down here is the IV30. So this is kind of like the VIX of the SPY, and this is the 30-day. This is the 90-day, and then I usually compare that to the historical 10-day volatility and 120. So usually I kind of think like the stock or the index here is going to move within this two range, and I want to sell this volatility kind of on the upper range versus the low range, and then this is kind of how I gauge it. So right now it's like medium high. If it's medium high, I definitely would not just buy a naked put. I would, buy a put and sell one of the downside puts to kind of make a put spread. Okay. So I think the thing with the skew, the best thing to do is kind of like watch how the skew moves in time, and then I would do some practice trading. I'm sure you guys have all like different accounts somewhere, and as the skew, you can see the skew, you can actually put on different trades in your account, but basically practice account, and then see if your strategy would have worked. So this is, my thinking behind having the skews played out is very similar to how people do analysis, looking technical charting, right? So before we had technical chart, people were just looking at numbers, and then they were trying to figure out if the stock was going to go up and down. But now we have this kind of like stock charting is so ingrained that everyone looks at it, and you trade off of these lines. And I think the skew is very similar. Options should follow the same path, because if you guys had to actually learn all these numbers and how to interpret them by looking at this option chain, I highly doubt that people would actually spend the time to learn it, and it's very complicated. But if you actually played this chart over and over, it's like a movie, and you'll know like, oh, hey, I know what happens next because this happened over and over. And for you to take advantage of it, I think what you have to do is you have to do some practice trading just to see how they are, because sometimes it's even if the front month volatility is higher, it's better to buy the front month and sell the back month, because this has more vega, and when the vega drops a couple of points, you're going to be able to make more money. So my suggestion is kind of use this to kind of generate ideas, put on trades, and then as you understand it better, you would become an expert, and you can start trading the skew. But this is the first step, is you have to be able to see what the skew is, and be able to realize relatively to historical if that's normal or if it's different. We actually, right now, you can log into LiveVol.com. You can send us an email saying that you heard me at the ISE webinar, and you can get this LiveVol Pro for a month free. So this software right here is the exact software that I use, and 90% of the market makers on the NYSE ARCA exchange use. So it's not a diluted version because you are retailers. This is exactly the software that I use to trade and all the other market makers on the floor. So it's, if it looks kind of complicated, it's okay. There's like movies that kind of help you through it, and also you can have someone walk through a demo, and that would help as well. But you can go to livevol.com and sign up and say you saw me at the ISE webinar, that you like a month free trial, and we can provide it to you. You can play with these skew charts, and if you have an idea, you can put on some trades in your demo accounts and see how you do. Okay, I think that's about it. Unless you guys have more questions.
Thanks so much, Stefen. That's really great that you're going to be able to offer this free trial to your platform. And for everyone here this evening, we also have the Skew chart available on fxoptions.com. Let me just show you a screenshot. So you just go on to our site, you go to our quotes page, and you can look up the option skew for each of the FX option symbols. So definitely take advantage of that, because this is the only free version available out there. Stefen's webinar will be available tomorrow in our archive, and as he mentioned, he has tutorials that you can access directly from the platform, and I'll see if I can get you more basic information on how to understand the skew. But Steve Meisinger recently wrote an article about trading with or against the skew, and that's also available on the quotes page, so definitely check it out, and maybe tomorrow I'll actually send it out just to give people a little more background. And he obviously used LiveVol's platform for all of his examples. So once again, thanks again, Stefen, and definitely everyone join us again. On Thursday we have Cyril Birkhook of Trading Central, who's going to be talking about Japanese candlestick signals for FX options. And once again, just feel free to access the archived webinar tomorrow morning on fxoptions.com/events. And that's all for this afternoon. And if there are any questions that we weren't able to get to, definitely let us know, and we'll try to, you could even just send me an email at ask@fxoptions.com. Thanks again, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to our podcast. To find more podcasts on options, stocks, alternative markets, and market data, please visit www.ise.com/podcasts.